If you're posting videos without a clear strategy, you're not helping build a brand with presence, just adding to the pile of millions of pointless videos. Most people think the answer is more content when their business is struggling to cut through, but it's usually not. It's more direction. I've personally been there. I posted hundreds of shit videos just for the sake of posting, but got nowhere. I didn't have a content problem, I had a strategy problem. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the strategy and clarity that I wish I had earlier on how to build your own content strategy that leads to growth. One that connects every video back to your business and scales as you do, that builds a brand and not just a feed. Now this is part one of a 4-part short course for creators and brands that want to dominate social in 2025. And it starts here with the strategy. So number one, start with your business goal from posting content. What are you actually trying to achieve here? We need to be incredibly clear. Is it sales or conversions, brand equity, more awareness and reach? Do you have a community to grow, or do you want more leads? Always start with the end goal and then reverse engineer from there, because you need to understand that not all content is made equally. If you chase viral moments and jump on every trend, the quality of your audience is not going to be the same as you investing your time and energy into building a really engaged and much smaller and informed community. And that's absolutely okay. And two things can be true at once, and they can both lead to your end goal, which may be revenue or growth, but you need to understand how they both work. So everyone talks about it, but it's a perfect example, and I really kind of felt the need to drive this point home. Strawberry Milk Mob has built this multi-million-dollar brand through TikTok by creating these viral moments and using funny skits. Now, for her, this works. Her audience is predominantly that native TikTok user age, so it makes sense for her to take this unserious, fun approach to her content. And then if we look at another one, which on the flip side is a brand called Pure Sport, and they sell natural supplements and health and wellness products. And they've built their whole brand on the back of this incredible community and elevated, informative, educational content. Now, they're both huge brands in their own right, but their content strategies could not be more different for a very good reason. There is no right answer. There's only the right fit for your brand. And until you define the end goal, you're going to end up chasing the wrong metrics. Then number two, ask yourself what you stand for as a brand or creator. What problems are you obsessed with solving? Who are you for and who are you not for? This is really important, and your content should reinforce this. So Nike is a great example here. They lost their identity in a big way, and their stock absolutely tanked. And their brand equity over a long period of time has been diminishing because they went away from their core principles and their core brand ethos. Even as a small brand or creator, this affects you just the same. Number three, choose your content pillars. Now you only want 3 or 4 max. Your content pillars are the lanes that you're gonna stay in. They give you structure, they help you scale, and they make your content instantly recognizable. If we look at a couple of different quick examples, for an education piece, if you teach them something specific about your space. I really like Jasper from Mutimer at the moment, who's teaching fashion history and tying it back into his products in a really elevated and interesting way. From a storytelling perspective, you could show the human side of your brand and all the behind the scenes moments. Who is Elijah is a great example where she talks about the grind behind growing her brand, and she gives unfiltered access to everything that happens in the day-to-day of running that massive business. And from a product perspective, you could highlight the actual thing that you sell, but not with your boring features. You could do it through case studies, you could add context around why you created it and the problems that you were facing, and talk about the value that it creates in the world and for the users. What I think happens is too many brands post about everything and they end up saying nothing because they're not known for anything. So you pick your lanes, you own them, and you make your audience associate with those pillars every single time. Now you can branch out at later stages, but I think to start with, especially in those early stages, you really want to nail something and be known for it better than anyone else. So just remember that and make sure you really, really put effort into making that happen. Number 4 is match the formats to your resources. There's no point in me telling you to go out and shoot talking head videos if you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you really, really don't want to do it. So this is where the strategy actually gets real, and you can actually have a really good think about what's going to suit you. Don't try and do it all, just play to your strengths. Ask yourself, if you've got the time and clarity and you want to do it, then do talking head videos. If you've got access to heaps of creators, then you could do POVs, you could do green screens, you could do heaps of UGC content, but in an elevated way. If you have no time, but you really want to start creating content and you really can't make that time, or you can't see yourself as being comfortable on camera, then you could do B-roll with lots of voiceover, and you could just repurpose all of your assets that you already have. So one of the number one reasons that people get burnt out is they try and make content at a level that they can't sustain or that they can't carry on with over a long period of time. Because the only reason that people succeed with their content is they are so consistent with it. And consistency isn't about doing everything every day forever. It's just about doing one thing that fits into your day-to-day for a very long period of time, and you will find that success that you're looking for. Number 5, your strategy isn't a set and forget. You need to continually iterate. And this is where the growth happens. Most brands set a strategy and they never revisit it. But the best ones, they review it every week. They're consistently looking at what they can do better, what worked, what didn't work. And here's what this looks like. You look at what content hit, but not just your views. You're looking at your shares, your saves, your watch time, looking at where people dropped off. You want to take in everything. You want to look at your comments, look at what's flopping and why. Ask yourself, be really critical, but not in a negative way, just because you want to get better. Why didn't that work? Was the hook not strong enough? Or was my messaging off? Was my delivery down? What is it that I can pick apart? Ask other people outside of your circle, hey, why do you think this video didn't work? You want to bring in lots of expertise, and you want to bring in lots of advice and opinions, and then figure out why that video didn't work. And then you want to look at what's worth doubling down on. You take what worked and run it back 10 more times, 20 more times. You can't just post something once and then be okay with it working or not working. You really need to iterate every single day on the things that give you the good signals for you to get to where you want to go with your content. I just think a lot of people don't need more content. They just need a faster feedback loop. They post one thing, they look at whether it worked or not, and they iterate off that thing. If that's all there is to it. If you look at the best creators, that's all they do every single day. And that's how you build a strategy that actually evolves with you and your audience. So if this video gave you clarity, then subscribe for the next 3 parts, because in part 2, we're going to be doing planning, scripting, and shooting. Part 3 is going to be viral editing tactics that drive retention. And part 4 will be building a brand through content. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow along. And if you want to work together, then check the link in the description or send me a message on Instagram. I'll see you in part 2.